Hey friends, let me try to move this because I don't want the TV to come out on the thing. Alright, excuse me. Alright, I just had a very powerful experience and I wanted to share it with all of you. So today was a very exciting day in a certain way. I make music, and for some reason I was hit with this amazing amount of inspiration, and I just started creating songs after songs after songs. And I don't know how other people would perceive them, but I personally thought that they truly embodied how I felt. They were very charged with emotion and existential ideas, philosophical ideas, mystical ideas, all of these things. And I was just having a great time making music that I really, really appreciated. And I made quite a bit of music. I'm halfway done with my new album. And at a certain part, I started thinking about all the things I said throughout these songs and things that I currently believe myself. Because if you've read my book, Omniablagio, which is a specific type of, not necessarily a philosophy, but a method of undoing yourself and viewing the process so that you understand what you're undoing and where it came from, and achieving this state of purity, like not purity in the sense of holy, but sense of undoing everything and viewing what lies beneath it, and then recreating yourself from a state of intentionality with purpose, right? With intention behind every component of yourself. Um, and what happened was, I was thinking, like, have I truly done this though? There's still these narratives and concepts that exist within my mind, and I was looking at that image of Kali Ma, and I asked her, like, is this persona that currently exists, because no matter what I do, there will always be a narrative. Is this persona that currently exists the real me, or is there more to get rid of? And I asked her to take that sword of truth and to cut off my head again, to cut off that head of ego and illusion and ignorance. And moments later, I received this thought, these words that were just ringing in my head over and over again. And I was like, I need to turn this into a song. And I did. And that song is a terrifying song to me, because the song is pretty much a warning to myself. I wrote the song from the perspective of others, um, speaking to me as the tyrant, like me being the tyrant, and they're telling me something. So I chose to embody the victim that I abused, and this could be interpreted as if I obtained some sort of power, influence. This could be interpreted if I somehow rose to extreme power, where I'm some sort of president or king or ruler of some sort. And then on a much grander scale, being that I am very in um, in the mix when it comes to esotericism and occultism and mysticism, what if somehow I've figured something out and I literally became deified? I literally became achieved apotheosis on a physical level, to the point that I can do things that the average human can't do, and I was a literal god on earth. And what would I tell myself? Like, who, me today, would tell that future self of mine that became a god and decided to abuse his power? So I chose to, instead of speaking from my position, to speak from the position of the people that I abused. And I wanted to share that song with you, because I think this moment for me was very powerful, and I hope this does something for you. And I don't have a real way to share this in another way, so I'm just gonna play the song, and I hope that the way the audio works, that it would capture it in a decent manner and it's not annoying or very poor quality. But I think this is very important, and um, I hope you guys obtain something from this, because I know I did. I think this moment was very powerful for me, and it showed me that maybe it's not as likely for me to become corrupted, simply because I am thinking of ways to prevent myself from becoming corrupted now, long before I become anything near powerful. I am nowhere near powerful at the moment, and I am choosing to implement things right now on the off chance that I do. So, I don't know. I think that might be important. I'm not sure. I don't want to toot my own horn and pretend like I'm noble, but I think that I'm gonna just let the song speak for itself. Please don't abuse your power. Said that you won't, but then you chose, and we cowered. You said it would never be the same. You were the mask without shame. You said we were flames. Then you snuffed this out and put the ashes in a frame. We read what you wrote, and in the abyss we showered. Where you wore your shower, you wore your coat, and it would be ours, and they would never be the same. Stuck in the game of power. You spoke of death, and we shattered like towers. You said you never wanted fame. Your shameless no fulfilled. What a ball! What a ball! Please don't abuse your power. The black gold under your hooves, and they would never be the same. And they would never be the same. We like you better with the shame. We never would have thought that your love would go sour. Please don't. Please. Please don't. Please don't abuse your power. Alright, so that is the song, and I'm going to read the lyrics to you in case you wasn't able to catch the specific lyrics and the transitions. And I'm going to just read it. I'm not going to sing it. Please don't abuse your power. You said that you won't, but then you chose, and we cowered. You said it would never be the same. You wore the mask without shame. You said we were flames, then you snuffed us out and put the ashes in frames. We read what you wrote, and in the abyss we showered. You wore the coat, but you said you would take it off and it would be ours. And then, and they and it would never be the same. Stuck in the game of power, you spoke of death, and we shattered like towers. You said you would never be the, you never wanted fame. You're shameless. No fear, no guilt. What of us? Please don't abuse your power. The black goat, under your hooves we cowered, and they would never be the same. We like you better with the shame. We never would have thought that your love would go sour. Please don't. Please don't. Please don't abuse your power. So, I hope that the song actually sounded good, because I'm playing it from my phone. I don't really know how to be able to transition this, because, even if I pass it onto my TV, my computer, I just don't know how to present it on the screen. I'll try to figure that out for future purposes, but I really do hope that the song actually sounded good through the mic. But that was the lyrics, and this is my message to myself. And what I pretty much decided is that, you see, this is a very unlikely situation, but if something was to happen and I was ever to gain power, I would immediately have to divide it amongst the people around me that I believe to be decent people that truly care about the people, to make sure that no one person ever possesses so much power to the point that they have the ability to abuse it. Because you might convince yourself that you would never abuse your power, but if you truly wouldn't abuse your power, then you don't need all the power. The only reason to conceal all the power into one place is so that you can abuse it. If you truly don't want to abuse it, then it would literally mean nothing to divide it amongst many and make sure that there's some sort of system in place where if you were to become abusive with your power, that there are other powers in place that can check you and stop you. And I think that's the true essence of responsibility, is to make sure that it's not that I will guarantee that I would never abuse my power, is that I would make sure that I never had enough power to be able to abuse it. And I think this song rings true for many people. If you think in this manner, if you try to be an extremely ethical person to any extent, I think this song is something that you should place as a reminder to yourself, because I might never achieve power, but one of you watching might, and you might want to solidify a plan so that if you do achieve that power, there's something in place to make sure that you never become a tyrant. So, alright, guys, I don't want to take too much time, but this was a very, very powerful experience that I just had talking to Kali Ma, and I wanted to share with you guys. So, I had a very cool experience, a very powerful experience, and I developed a really cool song that I love very much because of it, and I will put that in my next album, along with many songs that I've been writing over the days, and many songs that I wrote today, because today I literally wrote and produced like about 5 songs, just back to back. Like literally, the second that one song was produced, it just flowed to me, and I was like, no, 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 we can't stop. going straight into the next song, because it was coming in, and I'm not gonna try to stop that flow. But all right, that is all for today. Uh, Thank you for listening, and if you appreciate this, give it a like, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Peace out.